Facebook organic is terrible. You will attract people who see themselves in your story and feel like, if Samar can do it, maybe I can too. We all want to wake up and feel like what we do matters, even to one person. Samar's been, she's part of Movement Makers, one of our members, adding tons of value, tons of love, tons of fun. And as part of that, we're doing this IG Live together. So, how can I help? What's going on? What's in your mind?
Okay.
What do you need some perspective?
Maybe we need like 3 days together. So but I can start with 20 minutes. That sounds good. Okay, Evan, you believe that each one has this power inside them, right? And from your belief, you send huge energy, literally huge energy out there. And this energy got me to you. This is how I met you. Okay? This is how I came to you, because your energy literally is out there calling me. And I'm here. So out of the belief and the paradigms and the all kinds of, and the mindset and all of that, which one do you start with as to help someone who has no idea that he has any power in them? Or like I'm talking about regular people like myself. Before becoming an entrepreneur, I had no idea that I have this power. I have clueless. I'm just a mom. I spent 20 years with my kids at home, just serving on a small circle. Okay, I did not know that I have the power to serve on a bigger level. But I had to make the steps, and I worked on myself to do that. Now I'm calling all people out there who had the same situation, and I'm telling them, come and I'll show you that there is a better way to live. There is a way to change your life. Okay, so here we go. Where do I start? Where do I start, Evan?
First of all, it's just adjusting the mindset for where you're at, right? There was a lot of I am just in there, right? I'm just a mom. I'm just where it's like, that's amazing. There's a lot of lessons that you already have, that you've learned, that you've grown from, that now you can teach and serve. And you've helped your kids grow and learn and taught them a ton of lessons. And now it's like, now how can we be that influence for other people and be the mom for the world? So first step is just trying to catch any of those limiting thoughts. Anytime you hear yourself saying, I'm just, switch it out to say, hey, well, I'm ready to do more now. That's who I have been. And now I'm ready to do more, and I'm ready to grow. Next is every time that the job becomes really about you just getting better and learning and improving. And what you said about me was very kind at the beginning. I put out a massive energy, and you got attracted to that energy, right? This is something I was talking to. I'm here at TDS. I'm at my dance studio. So I own this. I'll show you.
Wow.
This is my dance studio. We're the largest dance studio in
we're for
salsa dancing in Canada. We got to how to dance.
Hey, Alex.
Alex here helps me run it.
Hey, happy Tuesday.
He's in Movement Makers too. And listen, Alex and I were just having this conversation of planning and how to play a bigger game and how to grow. And a lot of it just came down to Alex getting better. It's the same thing for you. It's like every time you learn and you improve and you get better and you learn something new, then it increases the energy with which you show up. And then people will find you. You become the magnet. And every time you learn something new, you bring other people. Right? I don't know if you talked about this, but the staircase of growth. Every time you step on the growth, you're pulling somebody up with you to learn. But if you're at step 3, you can only help people who are at step 1 and 2. And when you get to step 100, you can help people who are step 1 to 99. And so the goal becomes to continue to get better and to continue to improve your own energy and your own self-worth and your own efforts. And in that, you will attract people who see themselves in your story and feel like, if Samar can do it, maybe I can too. For all of the moms out there who are saying, I'm just a mom, if Samar could become an entrepreneur and start her business and have success, maybe I can too. Maybe it's possible for me too. And the more that you tap into that and believe and create with that spirit and that energy, the more you'll start attracting people who are ready to take the next step with you too.
Absolutely. I have this, and this is what kept me going. I was like, a year ago, exactly like today, a year ago, I did not have half of the success that I have today. Because, like, you know, you start working and on the mindset one day, on the mindset, or like for a while. And then I say, okay, now I have to do my paradigm. I have to work on that area. Then, you know, I keep going. So I look at myself. I'm like, oh, I came way along the way. I mean, from a year ago. But all the time, I think maybe this is holding me back for sure. That how can, like, and I hear it probably all the time. People reach out to me that I cannot do what you're doing now. I cannot be out there on social media. I'm scared. It's, you know, fears comes in. So the people are not moving forward. Like people, my target people, the people I'd love to help the most, they have so much holding them back. So
yeah, this is why it's so important to share your story. Because if people look at you now, or people look at me now, they'll say, well, I could never do that. I could never be, they don't believe that I'm shy. They don't believe I'm introverted. They don't believe, and then I try to share as much as I can, as often as I can, in sharing the story or in showing the growth of my YouTube channel and how many subscribers I had after every year and how long it took to grow, because so many people are ahead of where I'm at already after their first year. Like a lot of people are ahead of me in year 1 and me in year 5 or year 7. And they feel like they're failing. It's like, failing? It took me 7 years to get there. Are you kidding me? You're so far ahead. It becomes a job to show behind the curtains and tell your story and where you've come from. Because if you're talking about, you know, just being a mom and the growth that you've had, people, you know, moms won't connect to me as much as they will to you because I'm not a mom, right? I mean, I have a son, so I'm a father, I'm a parent, I understand that, but I don't have the same thoughts or same issues or same insecurities that you had that other moms are going through, where they'll love to hear from you. It's not like they won't like to hear from me, but you can connect with them on a much deeper level because you know exactly what they're going through.
Yeah, and I know that you always talk about YouTube, and you pushed me already to post 2 new YouTube videos, and I'm doing this challenge to be done with 8 more. I mean, this is huge for me.
You've got what's Tuesday? You've got 2 days to get 8 videos out. Let's go, Samar. Okay, but so listen, this is a great example, because if you were to share how you felt about making the video, I'm sure in your head there might have been, oh, I don't know how to make a YouTube video. Who's going to watch it? How's my hair? What's my message going to be? How can I get 10 videos done in a week? Any of the, like, whatever the voices were that were in your head, even if something like this, like going live with me on Instagram, maybe you were scared, maybe you had insecurities, maybe you thought, hopefully I would cancel. I used to think that all the time, like, I hope they cancel on me so I don't have to show up because I might embarrass myself. Like, whatever the negative thoughts, that you've grown a lot compared to where you were, and there's still limiting beliefs and there's still negative thoughts, but the difference now is you try to catch them and you try to show up for them. So just because you are afraid to make 10 videos in a week and post them on YouTube, but letting people know what your fears were, maybe you've never done YouTube before, maybe, all of the issues that are going on in your head that maybe 2 years ago or 5 years ago, you would have said, oh, so I can't do it because I don't know these things. Versus Samar in 2022 is going to say, okay, I'm afraid.
Yes.
Let's go. Yes. We're going to do it. and it's that vulnerability that will attract people to you, because on the surface, what they might only see is your videos, and you look confident, you look like you know what you're talking about, and it looks easy. And you don't, there are two camps. Okay, there's the people who make it look easy, and there's a lot of fake underneath it, and that's how they sell. Is like, hey, this is going to be really easy. Follow my system and tools, and that's how they get people in. I'm not as big a fan of that. I like to show, hey, I still struggle. I'm still insecure. I still doubt myself all the time, and those are not good enough reasons. And so I'm still going to show up, and that's what connects people to you. So you can still use that on an everyday basis, not only share the story of where you came from, but hey guys, hey mothers, hey ladies, today I was worried, today I was nervous, today I was scared to do this Instagram live, and I still did it, and it went great, and here's how I show up, because I don't want fear to be a good enough reason for me to stop. And that's the thing that then connects people to you and gives them hope, because you now represent, you become a hero to them, that because you had the courage to do it. Even if I don't know you, I've never met you, but in how you show up and your smile, your authenticity and the vulnerability, and you sharing that piece that made you worried, makes me have a little bit of hope that, you know, maybe, just maybe, I can do it too.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. You know, when I first met Evan on YouTube, he always talked about how he believes in new entrepreneurs, startup entrepreneurs. And that was me. You talk to me all the time. Everything you talk to me, you exactly know how my brain works, literally. Okay? So, and you said you love entrepreneurs. And to me, got me curious. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go and check out myself. Really? Are you the man who really cares? I come in, I see this guy with the huge energy everywhere, movement makers, everybody loves, he loves everybody, everybody loves him. The second week, and you show up with this crazy idea, let's make videos. I'm like, who is this guy? Who is this guy?
That's such a
Who
crazy
is this
idea.
guy? I mean,
Oh, it was so much work.
I mean,
yeah.
It's not expected. It's beyond expectation to me. And this is what I said about your energy, because that was what I was looking for. Literally, I was looking to my next step, and I did not know where to go. I started my new book. I'm looking to start a speaking career, and I want to make YouTube videos. But where to go? I mean, where is the start? And here you go, Evan. You got my energy. You got in my head, and you said to me, "Okay, go ahead. This is your challenge. Do it." That's how powerful is that. That's how yeah. This is amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, thank you. It means a lot that we all want to wake up and feel like what we do matters, even to one person. And you're showing up with amazing energy and care and kindness, and you know, doing the work. And I think everybody has the same level of care and compassion. Is like you have it too. If I'm special, then everybody's special, right? Like everybody has the desire to serve and help and care, and you may not get energy from the same thing. You know, for some people, doing an Instagram live or making videos is depleting of energy and is the worst thing of all time. But they get energy from doing something else. And we all want to feel like we're doing something that's touching somebody else's life. And if you can ever tap into that, you know, if you want to help the mothers of the world, you know, it becomes this giant mission to go on. You know, it's how many mothers are there out there? You know, billions. And it sometimes may feel like it's too big and there's too many and you're not good enough and you can't reach that many people. And I get that all the time. Like if I'm trying to solve the world's biggest problem, it's too big a problem for me to do. And so in those moments, it's, well, I can help one person. You know, I can help one person. And if there's one person that you've helped with a piece of content or an email or a message to them, that just lets you have a little bit more momentum that day and the next day and carrying to the next week. I think that's what we all want. And the challenge has been crazy.
It's so crazy. Unbelievable.
One of the things that I've learned that took me a while to get, and you know, I love that you're so fast on things, is as soon as I got an idea, I would instantly judge it. You know, I would say, oh, I'm not good enough, or I need this to figure out, or I need to get that camera or that gear. It's like you start going into planning and instantly, not even telling your friends and they judge it. It's like I would judge the idea myself of how bad an idea it was or how much I wasn't ready to do that idea. And as a result, I stayed on the couch, kind of just not doing enough action. Where now I've just learned to bypass it, to say, hey, great ideas flow through me. If I get an idea, I want to do something on it, at least to give it a shot, because you won't know by thinking about it. You have to go off and do it. And so the challenge is one of those things where I was going on my walk in the morning and I just thought of this idea. And for everybody who doesn't know, I had this idea for a month-long challenge. It was a lot of work of helping guide people through creating good titles for their videos, powerful opinions for their videos, and then recording 10 videos. And every day was
free.
Like,
you're doing this for free, basically, for us. And this is amazing. Literally, this is like, I would pay like literally thousands of dollars to have that. It's really powerful. You have no idea the effect on me as a person, as everything in my business, in my life, that I got what I want. This is the path for me, and I got it. And this is huge for me. You have no idea.
Well, I mean, and that's why we do it, right? I mean, just trust the ideas that come to you. And here's a great point. I mean, it's worked out super well. In my head, I wanted 5 people to go and do it with, and something like 40 people completed the first round. And that was me going back and forth and back and forth. And I'm not doing it again in this format because it's crazy, right? It's too crazy to do it. Like, it is not sustainable to do it in this format. I might do it a round 2 in a different format, but you learn by doing, and it's been a great experience. And it's been a lot of work for you and people who contributed, as well as for me, to look at everything that's going on. And my team, you know, now here's a new thing we have to keep track of and work on that they weren't ready for, because I had some idea to pop into my head. And we'll get a better round 2 when I do it again because of what we learned through round 1. But it doesn't make the idea a bad idea. Like, the idea came to you. It's of service to others. Go and try it instead of judging it and thinking about it and all of the things that come into it. Just go and try a version of it. And it almost never works exactly how you want it to work after the first try. But you make it better for the second time through. And did you love it? And so it's been great. Like, the feedback's been awesome. You're, iterating some of it here, and I appreciate you for that. And I think all of us just sit on ideas too long. And what I love about you is, like, okay, you know what?
That's it.
I'm gonna do it.
Actually.
And you give it a shot, and you go, and you create, and you see what happens. And then you worry about how to make it good and make it better and make it sustainable and make it a part of, like, you could, even if you went through this process, worst case, and you realize, you know what? Making YouTube videos is not for me. I never want to do it again. No. Like, if that was the worst case, right? Like, worst case, at least you know, because you did it, as opposed to just thinking about it, like, maybe I should do that, maybe I should do this, and maybe, like, that was me. I was just stuck too much in, like, maybe I should do these things, and then a year has gone by and you haven't done any of those things.
Actually, that's what happened. More than a year ago, I wanted to start YouTube videos, but the thing is, wherever I go, I see those, like, all kinds of music on the videos and editing, and this scares me. I'm like, I'm not that type. So what I'm doing now, I'm trying to make one video, no editing. I just go on, and this is huge, and no editing. And this is just press on the camera and just start talking with the perfect leadership. Help me out that you taught me. Yes.
Yeah, the thought leadership template. Yeah. And listen, that's perfect. So, like, one, you've been wanting to make videos for a year and didn't. And now you have to make 10 in 1 week. It's like, let's go. Yes. Let's go, Samar. Let's go. And then also, I gave you a template to follow, but if you don't get it perfect on the first time, who cares, right? Like, just keep going. As long as it gets a little bit better every single time. That's the whole part. I made thousands of videos before I even came up with that template. So anybody who's in the challenge is already way ahead of me. Like, this is stuff that took me thousands of videos and years to learn. And it's really just giving yourself permission. We don't want to put something out that sucks. And it's given it, like, but why do you expect your first thing to be amazing? It's your first time. You're going to fall as you do your first time. And so giving yourself permission to be imperfect and to create and to share. And when you're doing it with other people, it helps too. Like, when you have a community. So, having a challenge or part of Mover Makers, or other communities, so that you're not doing it all by yourself, I think really helps too. And as much as I've given you, energy and strategies, you've done the work, so you're doing more than your part to show up and say, hey, I want to show up for myself. I want to show up for my daughters. I want to show up for the mothers of the world here and show them what a strong, powerful thought leader woman looks like. So I'm inspired by the action you're taking. I wouldn't have done what you're doing. Like, if I go back to Evan at the start of his journey, I would have been too afraid to join Mover Makers. I would not have made 10 videos in a week. I would have been too afraid to share. Like, I don't, the whole powerful opinion exercise, I don't have any powerful opinions. I would have judged myself. I would have stopped like at step one. I wouldn't have even taken up the challenge. So like, you're way ahead of me. Everybody who's doing this, I'm inspired by you guys being at early stages and willing to share and put yourself out there and get the story going. Because it took me like a decade, to get any level of comfort in sharing anything about myself.
But we have you. That's
and so you guys.
But we have you. That you're supporting us. You're making it short for us. I mean, I'm here asking you, what should I do? Shortcut. You do this 1, 2. Like, I don't have to go 1, 2, 3, then 100. No, you show me the way. You give me the template. I'm like, the way. There you go. And this makes it easier. The work on me, but you show me the way, and that's perfect. That's
all right. Well, teamwork. We're a team. We're doing it together.
The one last thing. Okay, I'm making you do videos, and I want to be there for so many reasons. I want to keep doing that, but I'm not sure if this is the right place for my audience, because my audience they hang out more on Facebook and Instagram probably. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, so Facebook organic, and now we're going like strategy, right? We're hitting like mindset and energy, but strategy, Facebook organic is terrible. So Facebook is more for community. If you're going to build a group, I'd still rather do it in Discord than Facebook, but or Facebook is great for advertisement, but Facebook organic for content is just terrible. Instagram is still legit. I mean, we're doing this on Instagram right now. It's becoming less relevant every day. A little bit. YouTube is still, for video, long form, YouTube is still number one. There's nothing close to it. Your mothers are definitely on YouTube for themselves and for their kids. Watching content. A lot of kids, like, the iPad is the babysitter. So mothers are definitely on YouTube. It just depends on the type of content that you want to make. So I would definitely be looking at YouTube and Instagram. I'd be ignoring Facebook unless you're trying to build community. Long form videos on YouTube, Instagram short form, or lives like this. Like, what you could do is coaching. If you had a mother come on and you're going to help her. I didn't know what we're going to talk about today, right? It's like, we show up. Hey, Samara, how you doing? What do you got for me? And then we talk, right? We didn't script this out. There were no like questions set in advance. And so that's what you could do for mothers as well, is have them come on and join you and you help them. And then you could cut the video and turn it into a YouTube video and turn into shorter form content for your Instagram. So YouTube long form, and then Instagram short form and interview or coaching style videos like this.
In my business model that I'm running as a business coach, I do use advertising. It's not organically. I do advertising. This is the reach I do by advertising.
So ads are great. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube ads are great. That lead to a business objective. So if it's sign up for your webinar or buy your book or get on your email list or whatever.
Hey, Nina.
Carmichael in the house. Hey, Nina. Gotta always give Nina love when she shows up. Yeah, ads are great if you have a business model attached to it. So you're selling a course or a webinar or a book or speaking gigs so great. But it's both. Like, if you get better at organic, that helps with all of your branding and your conversions as well to create. It just takes more time. The benefit of organic, especially on YouTube, it takes more time, but it's ongoing. And then you have to pay to make the content, I guess, at the beginning, pay with money, but also pay with your time. But once you post a video, like we're investing time to do this. And this is, takes half hour in my life, takes half hour to your life. Once that's done and it gets edited, this could be a YouTube video that then lives for the next 10 years. That could continue to generate business if there was a business model attached to it, right? So organic definitely supports paid. When you turn paid off, everything goes away. So as long as there's a business model attached to it, it's fantastic. And organic, a lot of the people who are great at paid are moving to organic so that they can develop a more sustainable long-term model. But they're both great. If you have a model that works right now, paid is fantastic. Keep doing it. Awesome. And now we're building up our brand with organic content so that you don't have to spend as much on paid to get people in.
Absolutely. Makes sense. Oh, that's amazing.
If you want to see another awesome one-on-one I did with an entrepreneur just like you, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
YouTube Lives suck on the replay. I think more important than you being perfect all the time is showing where you are vulnerable and then how you're going to address it.